This passage is titled The Guru Principle. Guru literally means that which brings you from darkness to light. It comes from the root gu, which means darkness, and ru, which means the dissolver of. So that which dissolves your darkness must surely be bringing you into the light. So that is the etymology of the word guru. Spiritually, the Sanskrit word guru describes the principle of spiritual evolution. The guru principle is the eternally valid principle for the development of consciousness that leads the creation from unreality to reality, from the darkness of ignorance to the light of knowledge. In its purest form, this cosmic principle manifests and reveals itself on earth as a divine incarnation or a spiritual master. Just as a residential building receives its supply of electricity directly from the power station, a direct and conscious connection also exists between a realized master and the source. Through spiritual and mental work, meditation and practice, the realized masters have attained enlightenment and become one with the divine will. They are the wise ones who guide all those who are still living in ignorance towards the truth, instructing them and cautioning them. At whatever level each process of development occurs, it also involves a growth in knowledge. The process of transmitting knowledge is often illustrated with the light of a candle. The master ignites the light of knowledge within the disciple, who, when they have assimilated the teachings of the master and internalized the guru principle represented by the master, finally becomes the master themselves. The essence of the guru principle is described in the following mantras from the ancient traditions of India. Dhyana Mulam Guru Murti. The root of meditation is in the form of the Guru. What is the quote-unquote form of the Guru? The true form of the Guru is bliss, wisdom, unity, truth, purity, and light. The Guru is eternal, unchanging, omnipresent, and omniscient. The essence of the Guru is a vibration of perfect, radiant, pure light. Puja Mulam Guru Padam. The roots of worship are the lotus feet of the Guru. The lotus feet of the Guru are an ancient and holy symbol. They represent the divine presence on earth. When we lay our prayers, ceremonies, and offerings at the feet of God, we rid ourselves of our ego and show humility and devotion to the divine will. And hello, Auntie. Mantra Mulam Guru Vakyam. The roots of the mantra are the words of the Guru. All holy scriptures, to name just a few, the Vedas, Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana, the Bible, and the Quran are Guru Vakya, the words of divine masters. Only when we understand and follow their message and their meaning can we be successful on the spiritual path. Moksha Mulam Guru Kripa. The root of liberation is the grace of the Guru. Yoga is a path that we are able to travel along independently up to a certain point. We are able to achieve almost everything through the practice of yoga. We are capable of expanding our consciousness throughout the entire cosmos, known as the Brahmanda, and can experience absolute emptiness, shunyakasha. But we are unable to attain liberation, moksha, in this way. To free ourselves from the fetters of karma and the cycle of rebirth and death, we need the help of the spiritual master as the transmitter of divine grace. Our little person is incapable of clearing away the enormous mountain of karma alone. This can only be brought about by Guru Kripa, divine grace, which makes the impossible possible. Only with the help of the divine and the master are we able to complete our journey. Divine grace is not limited to one religion or to one country. Divine saints and masters are born in every age. A true master is one who has attained unity with the divine and is therefore beyond all duality. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurudev Namaha. This translates to, the Guru is Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, Maheshwara. They are also Parabrahman, the Supreme Self. I bow before the Guru with the greatest adoration. A very old and ancient saying. Those three names, Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh, embody the three divine aspects of Creator, Preserver, and Liberator. The three original powers within the universe are represented in the three main deities, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Brahma is the creator, Vishnu, the preserver and protector, and Shiva, the destroyer of the negative tendencies within us, and the liberator from the cycle of rebirth and death. These three aspects of the divine also come forth in the three gunas mentioned at the beginning of this book, the qualities of Rajas, Sattva, and Tamas. These are the elementary qualities in the universe: activity, associated with creation; harmony, associated with preservation; and inertia, associated with destruction. Parabrahman represents God as the aspect of undivided unity, the Guru principle, as the highest cosmic principle, therefore stands above these manifestations of the divine. It is God Himself. That's right, Lena. Just as these powers work within the entire creation, they also work within us. Creative actions and productive thinking represent the Brahma principle. The Vishnu principle is the careful protection of and care for the preservation of life and the natural environment. And the Shiva principle expresses itself in our drive to purify ourselves of negative characteristics, to free ourselves of problems, and to create a happy and agreeable life for ourselves. Willpower is also an aspect of the Shiva principle within us. The essence of Parabrahman exists within each of us. This spark of the divine light is the motor of our spiritual drive and our mental development. The quote-unquote Guru principle also works within us, guiding our soul towards the light of knowledge and truth. The development towards our spiritual goal can be supported by external and internal influences, but can also be hindered by them. From amongst the favorable influences, there are 4 specific occurrences that are a great blessing. 1. To be born as a human. This we all have. 2. To be raised by loving and spiritual parents. This many of us have. 3. To have a yearning for knowledge and truth. This we all have also. And 4. To meet a realized master. Maybe some of us have, but we will one day. If these 4 beneficial influences come together in one lifetime, there is a great chance of reaching the spiritual goal. But if this golden opportunity is allowed to slip by unused, there may not be another opportunity for a very long time. In his bhajan, Bhaituma Jagore, my spiritual master, Paramhans Swami Maheshwarananda, wrote, "The precious diamond of a human life is not so easily bestowed. Again and again you must wander through the 8.4 million forms of existence." And Sri Mahaprabhuji said in one bhajan, "A little ant can one day become Indra, the king of heaven, but that same Indra can be reborn on earth as an ant once the fruit of their good deeds have been used up." Everyone, even the gods in the celestial spheres, are bound by time and subject to rebirth. Even though they may remain in heaven for millions of years as a result of their good karmas, this time will one day come to an end. But those whose liberated consciousness enters into the cosmos are infinite and timeless. They do not die and are never again reborn. In life, we encounter 6 types of gurus. Parents are our first gurus. The influence and importance of the parents, especially the mother, are of great importance in the continuing development of the child. Even during the growth of the baby in the womb, the thoughts and feelings of the mother exert a strong influence on the child. It is important for the beneficial development of the child that it is conceived and raised by its parents in an environment full of love and harmony. Playmates and school friends are the second guru. Character and habits are formed by the society that we predominantly keep. Because of its lack of moral values, bad company, known as kusang, should be ignored as being a senseless and pernicious pastime that drags our consciousness down. But in good company, in satsang, with friends who are loving, wise, and spiritual, our progress is supported. Remember that children are very easily influenced and imitate bad as well as good role models. Therefore, we should be a good example for our children, and rather than just giving them lots of toys to play with, give them loving understanding, inspiration, love, and wisdom. Third are our school teachers and professors. They instruct us in aparavidya. Apara means incomplete and vidya means knowledge. Aparavidya means worldly and therefore imperfect knowledge, as opposed to paravidya, spiritual and therefore perfect knowledge. And help us acquire the knowledge and skills required for our profession and within society. If we utilize this knowledge correctly and pass it on to the next generation, we have settled the debt that we as school children and students have towards our teachers. The fourth guru is the religious teacher or priest who introduces us to the religious teachings and ceremonies of our culture. They instruct us in human dharma, our duty toward family, community, our fellow humans, animals, and nature. It is the dharma of humans to be protectors and helpers, as well as to strive for knowledge and God realization. Unfortunately, nowadays only a few people fulfill this most important duty. The fifth guru is the Satguru, the spiritual master, who shows us our spiritual dharma and transmits to us paravidya, the higher knowledge, spiritual knowledge. They teach us the true religion and our connection to God, called the Sanatana Dharma, which stands above all denominational differences. The spiritual teacher shows us the way to our real self, the Atma. They open the door to liberation and God realization for the disciple. In every religion, and within all nations and cultures around the world, we encounter the master-disciple principle. All the great teachers of humankind that we revere as divine incarnations also had a guru, a master. Rishi Sandipa was the master of Lord Krishna. Rishi Vashishta was the master of Lord Rama, and Rama was the master of Hanuman. John the Baptist baptized Jesus Christ, and Jesus was called master by his apostles. Ultimately, the sixth and final guru is the inner master that exists within each and every one of us. As the disciple attains mastery, they become their own quote-unquote guru, and also becomes capable of passing on the light of knowledge and wisdom to others. Intellectual knowledge is of no help on the spiritual path. Words and books can only inspire us, but give us no real spiritual guidance. Only one who has gone before us and knows the way can guide us. If we wish to climb a mountain peak, we choose a guide who knows the mountain from their own experience, not just from a map. How can a person whose knowledge is from a map tell us what the ascent is like, what difficulties there are to overcome, and which is the best way for us to reach our goal? The only one worthy of our complete trust is Brahmanishta Shirodriya Satguru, which is a realized master who has experienced God, has spiritualized the wisdom of the Holy Scriptures, and is able to transmit this knowledge to others. They have already trodden the path and reached the goal. Only the Satguru knows the direction and how they are able to help us in every situation. God is everywhere. Nevertheless, we must seek our path to God in our consciousness, whilst simultaneously holding tightly onto a piece of string that is guiding us. In Sanskrit, this guiding string is called Guru. With the Satguru's help, the disciple will eventually reach the goal. Thank you for listening. That is everything one needs to know from the book, The Hidden Power in Humans, by Paramhans Swami Maheshwarananda on the Guru principle. Next time, we'll talk about the set of little-known chakras called the Pashu chakras, which are the animal centers. Thank you for listening. And thank you again, dear Usha Bai, for sending this wonderful book from your spiritual master, and for lighting up this live with some hanging lights and being the source of light to so many around you too. Om Namah Shivaya.